In the beginning of our relationship, he told me it takes a special person to deal with his sex addiction.
I've always found myself to be very sexually motivated.
There were times that he got angry when I turned him down for sex. Now, because of the pregnancy, our sex life is down to about once a week.
She thinks that I'm cheating and getting it somewhere else.
I'm suspicious. How do you go from being a self-proclaimed sex addict to wanting it once a week? It just doesn't make sense to me.
Well, Danielle and Ryan have been together 2 years. They have a baby on the way. Danielle says Ryan is a narcissist, a sex addict, a master manipulator who fat shames her and has caused her to develop social anxiety disorder. She claims if Ryan doesn't change, she will leave him and raise their baby as a single mother. So you claim you're a sex addict, right?
When we met, yeah, I mean, I was trying to get as much of this stuff on the table as I could. I wanted to declare to her that there's a possibility for something like that.
You've cheated on everybody in your life, right?
Not everybody. There's a couple that I think we could, depending on how you looked at the scale, but I if you want to say everyone, I'm fine with saying that. I personally believe it was just about everyone. There's one or the other, but
cheated on her?
No.
Why not?
She wouldn't understand, because I feel like if I'm holding the reason that she's here, the second I gave it to her, she might say, well, that's, whatever. When I met Danielle, for crying out loud, I talked to a lot of girls, a lot of them. Selfish world we live in. And for me to say that sounds a little ridiculous, I know. But you talk to girls for a little while, you happen to maybe take them out on a date or not, whatever it is you do, and you start to find out the way they think, it make you sick.
What happened to your former marriage?
Former marriage?
You were married, right?
Yes, sir.
Because your ex-wife sent us a statement. She said, Ryan continually fat-shamed me while I was pregnant and continued to do so after the baby was born. He offered me a cash incentive to lose my baby weight, which shocked me. I believe he's a narcissist, and he was very controlling throughout our 5-year marriage. My advice to Danielle would be to cling to her family and find a good church, as the only one who can fill the hole in her heart is the Lord, not Ryan. Now, I don't know this woman, but that was her perception. What happened to that marriage? Did you leave her or did she leave you?
I think she gave me an ultimatum, and I mulled it over, and just like here, I felt that she just wanted to start to sink her talons in and change me.
If your daughter grows up and starts dating someone just like you, how would you feel about that?
Oh, I've thought that over quite a bit. And in one hand, it terrifies me, and then in the other hand, if he's just like me, and that for me is pretty impressive, because not a lot of people want to think like the piece of work that I am. I beg you to understand that I've already run my own psychology report, and it's not good, and I'm not proud of it. If she dated somebody like me, I would be quite fascinated. But I'm telling you, that day might be that might be a hard pill to swallow. But, at least I already understood how this guy thinks.
Would you say you're pretty proud of the way you turned out?
That's a double-edged sword, because though I might come off looking to now anyone that watches the show as a terrible person and absolutely horrible to my girlfriend and mother of my child, I think a little bit differently than some. And though my day-to-day might not produce much in the world, it's a different way of looking at certain things. And I've talked to a lot of your staff, and they are working their asses off on this show. And they probably wouldn't tell you that I was a piece of shit. They probably
not
wouldn't.
at all. My staff said you've been.
So I might hurt all the people
you've been
closest
very nice to
me.
work with, actually.
Yeah, I might hurt all the people close to me, and it just, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what he does. He only hurts the people close to him. Everybody else in the rest of the world gets treated great.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.